Tonight on News 5 Live, a candlelight vigil for Imari Galvez despite no arrest in the murder of the 19-year-old Belmopan resident. The Ministry of Transport requires a license to operate e-bikes, scooters and other electronic vehicles. We'll tell you what that means for motorists. A maritime transport policy is introduced by the Port Authority. And tonight on Culture Tuesday, celebrating Manatee Day in Gales Point Village. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
It's that time of the year when we honor our moms and show them how much we love and appreciate them. Visit us at Cellular World and we can help you find a great gift for her with our Mother's Day steals and heartfelt deals. Show your love in a special way with our crazy discounts on great gift options so you can spoil your mom without breaking the bank. From luxurious tech products to stylish and affordable accessories. Budget phones as low as $59. Tablets start at only $149. Speakers as low as $45. TVs start at only $519. And laptops and Chromebook for only $499. Wireless chargers, smartwatches, accessories, and so much more. Visit us at any of our 5 locations in Belize City, Belmopan, and San Pedro. Or shop via our virtual store on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Shop with us to find the perfect gift that will make your mom feel extra special.
You have been a safe driver all your life when an unavoidable accident happens. But this does not mean that your insurance premium must increase. With RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, safe drivers will not lose their no-claims discounts because of those minor, unavoidable accidents. For more information on RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, contact us at 223-5734. When it comes to motor insurance, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a road group company.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
Whether you're in a bustling urban area or a tranquil rural community, connectivity matters.
Desde las áreas urbanas hasta las comunidades rurales, la conexión importa. El acceso a Internet es crucial para continuar el desarrollo social y económico. Es por eso que Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional, continúa invirtiendo millones de dólares para expandir sus redes de telefonía móvil y fibra óptica en todo Belice. Miles de usuarios móviles y viviendas, especialmente a lo largo de las carreteras y en comunidades rurales, ahora disfrutan de los beneficios de la infraestructura resiliente de Digi. Nuestra telecomunicación nacional continúa liderando la transformación digital a través de su tecnología avanzada y compromiso a la excelencia. Con DigiWallet, beliceños en áreas urbanas y rurales tienen acceso fácil y seguro a una amplia variedad de servicios financieros a través de sus dispositivos móviles. Y con el reciente lanzamiento de DigiTV, nuestra telecomunicación nacional se ha convertido en el único proveedor de servicios de reproducción cuádruple en Belice. Clientes ahora pueden ahorrar con nuestros paquetes DigiOne que ofrecen internet residencial, servicios móviles, teléfono residencial y servicios DigiTV convenientemente en un solo lugar. Digi permanece comprometido en brindar acceso a servicios de alta calidad, confiables y accesibles y crear oportunidades para un mejor futuro. Forme parte de la transformación y viva la conectividad como nunca antes. Porque con Digi, la conexión importa.
I think that 27 drop tonight, huh? But you think so? Tonight I think that 24.
That Belize, you have rice and beans, chips and dip, bolido, and son de la tray. Bolido, that is part of our national identity. And as much as most of we may enjoy it here and there, the bottom line is one company had 100% ownership of it. And nothing wrong with owning a business, you know. But when it comes to the wee bolido, you can't own that and be transparent. You can't report on winnings and sales when you feel like. You can't audit the machine when you feel like. And you definitely can't hide the records under your mattress. But no, that bolido and Sunday that will be for we again. We will be able to enjoy the excitement and profits of it. And that's a double win for us. 27!
This Mother's Day, celebrate that special woman who holds your family together. Start her day off right, complete with love and smiles. But why stop there? At Brothers Habet, we believe in celebrating moms all month long. We're offering big discounts all throughout May, like 15% off all mowing, kitchen and bathroom faucets and accessories, 15% off all Penta paints, and much more. And for the ultimate Mother's Day gift, purchase any Penta paint during May and get a chance to win big. Every week, we're giving away $100 to a lucky mom, and at the end of the month, one lucky mom will receive a grand prize of $1,000. Give mom the gift she truly deserves from Brothers Habet. Happy Mother's Day to all the super moms out there, and we hope to see you in store soon.
Investment Services Explained. In September 1999, SSB's Mortgage and Investment Unit was created. The unit later became the Investment Department in 2005 and officially Investment Services in October 2007. So, what is the Investment Services role? How does Investment Services help to support Social Security and you? And why is Investment Services important to Belize? Investment Services' function is to make prudent investments in the form of commercial loans, shares, and real estate development. The interest income generated from these investments ensures the fund is sustainable to pay current and future Social Security benefits to its insured persons. The investment income is used to support the working population and pay pensions such as retirement and invalidity. Additionally, investment loans support economic development through commercial loans to startup and existing businesses while aiding in increased production of goods and services. We can expect Investment Services to continuously impact the lives of every insured person through Social Security pensions. Investment Services will continue to support the Belizean economy through secure investments in various industries. And that is why Investment Services exists. Social Security Board, an investment for you, your family, your future.
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, May 23rd. I am Sabrina Daly. 31-year-old Wilmer Javier Rivera appeared in the Belize City Magistrates Court earlier today, where he was arraigned on 2 indictable offenses of attempted murder and use of deadly means of harm. The charges follow an incident on May 19th where Rivera inflicted multiple stab wounds on Jasmine Aguilar. The woman was standing on Linda Vista Street near the Belize Foam Factory when she was attacked by her ex-boyfriend, who proceeded to stab her in the abdomen and then cut her throat. Tonight, Rivera is on remand at the Belize Central Prison until July 28th, when he is scheduled to return to court. This afternoon around midday, Rivera, a construction worker of the Gungalung area of Belize City, appeared unrepresented before Senior Magistrate Aretha Ford, where both charges were read to him. 37-year-old Basilio Ak is out on bail after pleading guilty to a single charge of sexual assault. The police officer is accused of squeezing his colleague's breast during an incident that was reported on March 20th. Earlier today, the resident of Mahogany Heights appeared unrepresented before Senior Magistrate Aretha Ford, where he pleaded not guilty and was offered bail in the sum of $3,000 plus one surety of the same amount. On March 30th, several days after the incident allegedly took place, a 27-year-old woman police constable reported that whilst on duty along with PC Ak, he sexually assaulted her. The woman testified that she told Act to stop, but he refused. As a result, she requested court action against the fellow officer. Today at the Caribbean Motors Conference Room in Belize City, public and private sector stakeholders in the business of trade, particularly maritime transport, were engaged in a technical workshop as the country works on establishing a maritime transport policy. It is a crucial document which, when created, will put in place legislation that will guide this economical trading process and its sustainable management. As News 5's Dwayne Moody finds out, it also addresses the issue of penalties when ships run aground. Here's his report.
There has been dialogue taking place, but today public and private sector stakeholders in trade gathered as the country seeks to establish a maritime transport policy. So what is a maritime transport policy and why is it important?
The sector is really an economic engine for the state, and so we must have policy to drive that engine.
Where is Belize in terms of having its own policy?
We don't have a maritime transport policy as yet, and so this is a conversation that is imperative for us, as we believe that the sector provides a lot of opportunities for trade and development. Specifically, most of our trade comes through our ports, and so we need to have some form of policy direction to ensure that the sector is built for the future, is future-proofed, so that we can continue to trade, we can continue to benefit from shipping, we can continue to attract marine tourism and marine recreational users, and so that requires policy direction and collaboration among the various stakeholders that operate within this space.
On the ground, there are two cargo ports used in the trading of goods, Ports of Belize Limited in Belize City and Big Creek Port in the south. And then there are two cruise ports, Harvest Key in the south and 4th Street Tourism Village in Belize City. Acting Ports Commissioner Darlene Gaitan speaks of issues that have been identified due to the absence of a policy.
We do have issues such as marine environmental regulations. We also have issues of port development and infrastructure to ensure that our ports are adequate for the shipping that calls the shipping of the future, the shipping where those trends are going, and so to ensure that we are connected to the shipping sector. There's issues, of course, with any sector in terms of sustainability. What is your environmental impact, not just economic benefits, but what is your environmental impact to the state, and how are we as regulators, as players within the sector, ensuring that indeed we are aiming for the sustainable development, not just development at the expense of the environment.
So the workshop seeks to capture the various aspects of the industry, including policy, and strategize action plans going forward. That technical support to draft the policy is being made possible by way of a partnership with the International Maritime Organization. Deputy Director of Subdivision for Program Management and Coordination, Technical Cooperation Division for IMO is Jonathan Pache. He says that at the core is a sustainable management of the sector.
It provides successive governments and administration with a guidance document for planning and decision making. Now the transport sector, and specifically the maritime transport sector, which of course is very important for Belize because Belize depends on shipping mainly for its trade, is no exception. So hence the reason why the International Maritime Organization has in the last few years been promoting the concept of a maritime transport policy and strategy, with the objective that countries have a plan on how to sustainably manage the maritime transport sector.
The policy, when drafted, will look at the issue for vessels that run aground and to ensure that the penalties are proportionate to the impacts and not a slap on the wrist.
That is a very good observation, because that is what the risks that are associated with shipping. Yes, it's an environmentally friendly mode of transport compared to aviation and compared to road, and it's very cost efficient because it makes use of economies of scale. However, there are environmental impacts to shipping, such as the groundings and oil spills and all of those things. And so that is one of the issues that is going to come to the forefront. Are we prepared for these eventualities? Are we prepared within the legislation to ensure that the penalties are in some form, as they should be, disincentivizing this kind of activity? And so if it's a slap on the wrist, then the state is not protected, and then there is no disincentivizing for those would-be polluters or those who would cause irreparable harm to our marine ecosystems.
Following the workshop, the Maritime Technical Committee, comprising heads of maritime agencies, will then look at the drafting of the policy, which will later be presented to Cabinet. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
On Friday, Prime Minister John Briceño introduced the Civil Asset Recovery and Unexplained Wealth Bill. The bill provides for the civil recovery of the proceeds of unlawful conduct. The introduction of the bill signifies a significant step for the government of Belize, empowering the Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU, to reclaim ill-gotten assets and wealth obtained through criminal activities. Under this legislation, the FIU will possess the ability to obtain an unexplained wealth order whenever suspicions arise. The National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB, has been clamoring for greater transparency and accountability. President Luke Martinez says the bill has the NTUCB's full support.
The National Trade Union Congress welcomes these legislations, right? It forms a part of our campaign. We've been advocating and we've been campaigning for these type of good governance legislations for some years now. They're under some international pressure, which aids our campaign, and so we continue to encourage the government to enact these types of legislations that are good for governance.
The executive of the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, NTUCB, met with Prime Minister John Briceño on Monday in Belmopan. A number of topics were discussed, including the NTUCB's request to have representation on the Board of Directors of the Central Bank of Belize. NTUCB's President Luke Martinez explained why the NTUCB needs representation on the board.
We are a national stakeholder. In fact, I'll go further to say that we're a regional and we're an international stakeholder. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we play the role of vanguard in every sector, and not just vanguard. We help to develop a lot of policies and to ensure that the field is plain. So there's no going around the National Trade Union Congress. There's no going around the National Trade Union Congress. The government recognize that. So today we at least got a commitment that the government is going to ensure that the National Trade Union Congress, through the social partnership, has access to the data from Central Bank, and that's very important. So that's a good start for us, right? Where we'll have an opportunity to receive data, analyze data. It's going to help us with our reporting and help us to make stronger and better recommendations.
Coming up, Belmopan City Council organized Imari Galvez Peace March and Vigil. Find out the details of these stories when we come back.
Hello friends, I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. Jesus says in John 8:12, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. It is said that when the famed O. Henry was on his deathbed, that he turned to the maid attending him in a darkened room and said, raise up the shades, I do not want to go home in the dark. As man faces death, he need not fear going home in the dark. When Jesus died for our sins on the cross of Calvary, he raised the shade up. No longer do we have to walk in darkness. Jesus said in John that if men walk in darkness, it is because their deeds are evil. Jesus says, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Don't leave earth without Him. He has raised the shade up, and you don't have to go home in the dark. Trust Him today for forgiveness, and let Him turn the light on in your life. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Three years ago, I decided to provide respite care to young Jose who lives at the children's home. So now during the Easter, summer, and Christmas holidays, he would come and spend time with me and my daughter at our home. Sometimes he even comes on weekends. We try to engage in as many fun activities as possible, giving him all the care and attention he deserves. Even though he is with us only part-time, he has become part of my small family, and we always look forward to spending time with him during the holidays. I could not have been happier to have made this decision.
Contact the Department of Human Services and find out how you can become a foster or adoptive parent and be that heart of gold.
Universal Hardware announces its Mega Sale 2023 to be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, May 25, 26, and 27. Lifan motorcycles, Makita power tools, Shindaiwa trimmers, Hunter ceiling fans, Easy Care paint, and Sankey AC units. Everything on incredible discounts to increase your productivity. Universal Hardware, your solutions provider on Chetumal Boulevard, Belize City.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
An entire week has passed since the lifeless body of 19-year-old Imari Galvez was discovered in a state of decomposition off the Hummingbird Highway. The Belmopan resident is believed to have been on a night out in the city before she was lured to her death. Her family laid her to rest on Friday. Police are yet to make an arrest as their investigation continues. On Monday night, the Belmopan City Council organized a peace march and vigil in memory of Imari Galvez. News 5's Paul Lopez filed the following report with the help of our colleagues at Plus TV.
On Monday night, a peace march and candlelight vigil in memory of slain teenager Imari Galvez was held in Belmopan. Family members of the 19-year-old marched alongside other community members in somber reflection of her life and the gruesome circumstances that led to her demise. The march ended in front of the Sir George Brown Field, where Stanley Galvez, the father of Imari, addressed those in attendance. Anger, that is the emotion Stanley Galvez says he feels. But he also says that he is hopeful police will solve his daughter's murder. Oscar Mira, the area representative for Belmopan, in his address spoke about the actions that are needed to prevent these types of incidents.
I'm the father of 2 girls. And I would like my neighbors, I would like my Belmopan community to look after them when I'm not around. I would like our community in Belmopan to look after each other, look after our children. It is never easy to lose a loved one, never. But it is worse when you see the circumstances of which Imari has left us. I am appealing to everyone. If anyone have seen, have heard, suspect something, please don't keep it to yourself. Say something. Tell someone.
Mira says he has spoken with Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa, who has assured him that the police will do everything within their power to ensure that a thorough investigation is carried out. Emil Waite, the vice president of the Belize Youth Movement, shared these thought-provoking words to the gathering.
As we gather today, candles lit, hearts shattered, with our minds wondering, how many more? Is peace no longer an option? Bloodshed after bloodshed, tears prompted by our fears of the future of our youth. The future we've planted has not been given time to bear. That every so bright future has been clouded by dark shadows that bring forth pain and stain to our beloved community. How many watery eyes will it take to realize that the promise that the young people of our future was just lies? Enough with condolences. It is time for solutions and answers.
If you hear something, then you say something. We need to make the criminals stop to roam the street, like what Pastor Wade said. More for we and less for them.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
A video has surfaced of a concrete truck apparently washing out its contents into a drain near mile 21 along the Placencia Road. Concrete in its liquid state is considered to be an environmentally hazardous material because it contains a high concentration of alkaline that cause serious damage to drainage systems, streams, and rivers. We reached out to Warren Garbutt, the chairman of Placencia Village, who informed us that he visited the area and found no signs of any significant washout occurring or anything that would raise an alarm. He did, however, assure us that he would get in touch with the company, who cautioned them against such a practice. We also reached out to Anthony Mai, the chief environmental officer, who told us, quote, "This practice has the potential to create serious ecological impacts. The DOE will investigate this matter to ascertain the extent of any potential impact and to determine the responsible party. We advise all companies that uses cement truck to ensure that its cleaning is done in a way that will not have negative impacts to the environment," end quote. We also reached out to the company that reportedly owns the truck, AL Construction. We were informed by a representative of the company that while the company would never encourage such a practice, concrete is an environmentally friendly product used in water and bridges all over the world. No one from the company explicitly stated that the truck is one of their own. We continue to follow. The Citrus Growers Association has issued a press release following recent reports of the dire state of the citrus industry. Last week, Stan Creek West Area Representative Rodwell Ferguson, as well as Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo Mai, commented on significant losses in revenue and employment in the citrus belt. Both government ministers also spoke on the need for diversification to include alternative crops such as coconut, pineapple, and bamboo. The CGA, in the wake of those reports, gives its perspective on what is taking place in the industry, as well as its projections going forward. On Friday, Dangriga Area Representative Dr. Louis Sabanet commented on the state of the industry on adjournment during the sitting of the House of Representatives.
The citrus industry is partly in the Dangriga constituency, as you all would know. The CGA headquarters is in Hope Creek. And so this is very important to the people of my constituency. We want to make some clarifications of what we have heard recently in the news about a very gloomy assessment of the citrus industry, and that other industries may be necessary to replace it. We certainly are very pleased to hear about other suggestions such as bamboo, etc. And we believe that definitely those would be welcome to further diversify our economy. Recent declines we've seen, indeed, in the industry have been caused by the citrus greening disease. This was before COVID. And then recently, with COVID, we've had problems with labor supply, further exacerbating the situation. And then, with the high cost of inputs created by the Ukraine war, we've had another challenge to the farmers in the industry. Over the years between 2005, thereabout, and presently, we've seen the acreage fall from about 60,000 to about 20,000 today. In 05-08, citrus and sugar, just for comparative purposes, had about 60,000 acres. Citrus had actually been contributing about $100 million in foreign exchange. And anybody can go back and see the records on that.
During Friday's House meeting, Dr. Sabanet spoke about the prospects of a recovery of the citrus industry and the efforts needed to revitalize the sector. Here's more from the Dangriga area rep.
Recently, over 700,000 trees have been planted. That equates to over 4,700 acres of new plants that have gone into the ground. And this planting continues. That is love for the industry. If you don't have people who love something, then it will certainly die. But as the area representative for Dangriga, Sarawee, and Hope Creek, I am very, very pleased to say that our farmers are stepping up and that we're receiving the support from this Briceño administration. Mr. Speaker, the diversification that's occurring in our area will see and has already seen the beginning of new plantings in pineapples, new plantings in coconuts, interest in soursop and other fruits that CPBL will now be processing, so that CPBL evolves now from a citrus-only juice producer to an array of juices. Investments are being made for a very strong rebound, Mr. Speaker. And I want to close by touching on the world market. You can go and check the records and you will see that the largest U.S. producing state is Florida for juice citrus. And there's been a steady decline in the acreage in that state. Therefore, overall, especially in our region, the supply of citrus in North America, in the Caribbean, has been consistently going down. But demand is strong. Demand is very strong, especially in our CARICOM region.
After the break, Gales Point, Manatee, rich in culture and tradition. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Brian and Marta were sitting in the entrance steps of the school, clutching their heads, trying to understand everything that Teacher Lewis had just told them. Finally, Brian broke the silence.
Teacher, well, are there ways to adapt to this? What can we and people here do to adapt, to be better prepared?
Exactly, Brian. You can do many things to adapt, and they are not that difficult to carry out. For example, we should protect our natural resources, that is, all nature such as forests, mangroves, and reefs. Find ways to grow crops without cutting down so many trees, and avoid living in high-risk areas like those that are prone to flooding, among other things.
Teacher, we heard that tomorrow there's a group from an organization that can guide us to plant mangrove seedlings. They're sowing this morning. How about we get organized with the rest of the class and go help them?
Yes! Teacher, I just have a question. What is a mangrove?
Sure, Brian. A mangrove is a tree that grows near water, where the water is a bit salty. Have you seen them? They are home to fish, and they protect us against hurricanes and storms.
Ah, I know what they are. My dad told me that there were a lot of mangroves, and now there isn't that much. Do you think that if we plant mangrove plants, we can help?
Of course, Marta. Tomorrow, we will organize the students, and we can do that. But of course, in the meantime, your task remains to investigate what other things people here can do to adapt. Talk to your parents and grandparents. They have lived here for many years and know the place. They will surely be able to help you think about what to do. They will surely answer that we would have to respect and take care of nature as it was done many years ago.
Martha and Brian said goodbye to Teacher Lewis and left the school. As they paddled home in Brian's canoe, they both thought about what they would say to their parents and what things could be done to adapt to climate change.
Save, save, save. Member owners of the Holy Redeemer Credit Union Limited, your credit union cordially invites you to attend its 79th AGM on Saturday, May 27th, commencing at 2 p.m. sharp at the Belize Civic Center. Come listen to important reports and information about your credit union and get the opportunity to ask questions and elect your officers, as well as participate in winning thousands of dollars in cash prizes. Currently, we have over 63,000 members with total assets of $725 million, total savings of $602 million, and total equity of $122 million. Please make every effort to attend your 79th HRCU AGM and remember to bring along your HRCU passbook and a valid photo ID to enter the venue. Holy Redeemer Credit Union, making a difference in people's lives.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
I think that 27 drop tonight, huh? But you think so? Tonight I think that 24.
Now Belize, you have rice and beans, chips and dip, bolido, and son de la tray. Bolido, that is part of our national identity. And as much as most of we may enjoy it here and there, the bottom line is, one company had 100% ownership of it. And nothing wrong with owning a business, you know. But when it comes to the we Bolido, you can't own that and be transparent. You can't report on winnings and sales when you feel like. You can't audit the machine when you feel like. And you definitely can't hide the records under your mattress. But no, that Bolido and Sunday Latch will be for we again. We will be able to enjoy the excitement and profits of it. And that's a double win for us.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. If you have a picture, video or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
The European Union and the government of Belize held their 8th political dialogue in San Pedro on Monday evening. The forum was used to address the relationship between Belize and the EU. During the meeting, the progress of the implementation of projects and programs under the 11th European Union Development Fund were also reviewed. The European Union's proposal for a global gateway investment agenda was also discussed. The trade and investment dimension followed up on the implementation of the EU Economic Partnership Agreement and the challenges and opportunities therein. The broader challenge of access to affordable and sustainable financing was also addressed. As such, Belize highlighted the importance of the ongoing discussion of a multi-dimensional vulnerability index, which is expected to change the criteria for small island developing states to access concessional financing. A fight that occurred last week between a group of 6 youth at the Mountain Pine Ridge Youth Facility and another of their peers led to a small uproar on Monday. The facility is run by the Department of Youth Services and Belize Defense Force soldiers who are assigned in rotations of 14 at a time for disciplinary interventions when they are necessary. Retired BDF Captain William Swan, who is in charge of the day-to-day running of the facility, told News 5 that he was not on duty when he was notified of the situation. And he said that some of the youth were sent to the facility by the Dangriga court and that they were separated because of behavioral problems. Swan explained what transpired.
I had an interview with them, one at a time, to find out what's their problem and what's their intention. During that interview, 3 of them wanted to go home because I believe they have some urge for like smoking and cigarette and stuff. So I tell them, sure. So, it's a voluntary program. So when they ask me and tell me they want to go home, just to not cause problem with the rest and interrupt, I tell them, okay, I'm somebody over 18, we will allow you to go home. The 4th one that wanted to stay, I also sent him home, so that nothing escalates. And I told him, you are also one of the guys giving a lot of problems. So what I will do with you, since you want to stay, I will still send you home, to have a little damage control, and I will send you home. But if you promise and you really want to stay in this program, go home and reflect. And if you really want to come back, you can come back next week. Which he did. I saw him walking the road coming in back. His mother called me and his uncle called me and told me, Mr. Swan, we sorry what we never do. The man says, he says, sorry, apologize, right? And so I had a meeting with some of the young men and I tell them the situation. I say, guys, the program designed for young men with behavioral problems. And everybody deserves chance and second chance and choice. And, each one of you make mistakes. And I give no assistance. And I told them that this young man wants to come back. Do you guys agree? Everybody agree with it. And in reality, while they agree with it, some of the BDF, they didn't agree with it. It's easier to get rid of a guy that gives trouble than to work with him. And the idea of the program is to deal with the guys that give trouble and that are in the street. So my main objective is to work with these guys that have behavioral and trouble problems. I cannot send them home because they are giving trouble. Then I'm defeating the purpose of such program.
Swan said they are trying to keep the troubled youth separated. And the one who has now expressed an interest in reforming his life is in isolation until he can show he is serious. Nonetheless, there is another issue that the managers of the facility want addressed. Swan said that they have asked the Belize Defense Force to replace 3 of the soldiers who are placed there on rotation because they compound the problem.
We had a meeting, and while that meeting was on, some of the BDF, the information we get back were taking pictures and videoing and send it out to different people, right? And that was totally wrong because they didn't, like how you just asked me for request that and told me you having me recorded, you get permission before you do it. They should have done the same, and they didn't do that. And like it's a serious situation because then we have a program. We're trying to work with young people, and people leaking out secret that we are trying to fix and mend. That is totally out. The team effort is not there, and that could cause things to really blow out. Like some people, I get to understand they put that the kids eat beans and tortilla. One question I ask, something wrong with eat beans and tortilla, right? And I don't know whether they eat them. They make it sound like that's all in the beginning. They miss the meal. Is just like you're at your house. We eat everything, and no staff, no BDF, the civilian staff, the Department of Service staff, the young men, everybody eat the same thing.
When we return, Gales Point, Manatee, rich in culture and tradition.
When designing your kitchen or bathroom, you want fixtures with functionality and style. Showcase your decor with these kitchen and bath fixtures, keeping in mind that the finish is the start of your design. Choose from our wide selection of Delta, Peerless, American Standard, and Easy Flow. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
It's good to keep the environment clean. BSWAMA, step up the pace. They're going places to manage your waste. So make we stand and make well sure. No garbage left on the seashore. The whole of Belize we stay clean, cause we know say worth much more. We have pretty environment. So when you see the garbage on the ground, go on for me and just bag it on.
Cleanliness has always been second nature to us, so let's work together to keep our surroundings beautiful and healthy.
No garbage in it.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
Nestled in the southern Belize district is the Creole village of Gales Point, Manatee. The small fishing and farming community is on a peninsula in southern Lagoon and has a population of about 300 persons. The first annual Manatee Day was held over the weekend. The 2-day event was a celebration of food, culture, a way of life for the community, all with the hope of boosting tourism in the area. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports this week's Culture Tuesday feature.
Have you ever been to Gales Point, Manatee? History speaks of the peninsula in southern Belize district as being the home of sailing races and traditional Creole foods and music, as well as dances like the sambai. There is rich cultural heritage contained in this small village of approximately 300.
That has been what has preserved the culture, because it's been us. It's just been us back here lonely. We have to entertain and have a good time with ourselves. And we keep those cultures alive just for that same reason. Manatee Days is really about the culture. You're going to get a lot of different food that you don't get anywhere. Right now is mango time, cashew chicken. Things are good. There's a lot of desserts, small. We have a lot of $2, $3 items, but they're things like tableta. I heard even Stretch McGuts is going to be here.
It is flanked on one side by the Caribbean Sea and the other by a lagoon. But why Gales Point, Manatee, you say? Well, the area boasts a healthy manatee population. Growing up in the community gave birth to the Manatee man, Imari Galvez. He is the program coordinator for the Clearwater Marine Aquarium Research Institute.
The village is named after the species specifically for a reason. I mean, right here, where we're there on the peninsula, Manatees inhabit this entire waterway. This is one of the most important habitats for Manatees, not just the Belize, but in the region. So they never want to guess that this place is named after the species. And the people here embrace that. They love that. So when you call him Manatee man, I like that. When you call people here Manatee, people are proud of that. They're like saying you're a Belizean. We are from Manatee.
Subsistence farming and hunting are also livelihoods in Gales Point, Manatee. But fishing and sailing are among some of the traditions associated with this Creole village that was established back in the 1600s. It now forms part of the tourism product in the area. Sailing the King Dola is a technique that is being passed down through generations.
No, it is a historical community. We're a community that you can find the fire sambai, you can find something that you call the King Dola. But before you learn about the King Dola, you have to know about the side keel. And this side keel and King Dola is here from the 16th century. Come down. Side keel and King Dola, this is a side keel that I have in my hand here, right? You have to learn put in the keel. But when you learn to build a side keel, Then you learn to build a king dola and sail a side keel. Then you learn to sail a king dola. And if you learn about side keel, you will know about king dola because you will know how it balances. To preserve our culture, we have Emmet that teaching about the drum, Leonard and John Moore and myself teaching about the king dola because king dola is special. The big rig and the small rig. Today we have small rig race because what we do, we mix up with the youth. The elders and the youth today, and that's a combination because they are the future.
The first ever Manatee Day is intended to boost economic activity in the village and increase tourism.
The majority of people in Belize City are basically from Girls Point, so they come to support the activities. And lo and behold, I'm hearing rumors that when the redistricting is over, then Girls Point will be a part of Stancock West. Yeah, Girls Point have a lot of potential. It's a little peninsula surrounded by water. So once you see water, then people want to come. But at the same time, if you are going to sit down with them and develop Girls Point, you have to be in a way that the local people get the benefits.
So we just came together, let's do a 2-day event. We need to bring some life, and this is really going to start to bring some economy and start some people so they can start doing their small businesses. Maybe they'll grow into restaurants now. You see the baby steps that we got to make to climb that ladder.
Now with the road being paved, we want to share this village in a sustainable way so that people can come here and see Manatee, bring income to the community, and we could share this community with the people as well.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Up next, European Union committed to creating greater electric vehicle access in Belize.
Hola usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Déjame mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. Selecciona Language. Y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
The Department of Transport is cracking down on electric motorcycles and scooters. The department fired off a press release on Monday reminding owners of these electric motor vehicles that they must obtain the necessary licenses and registration for use on public roads. The release also speaks to importers that sell these electric motor vehicles. News 5's Paul Lopez takes a closer look as he seeks to uncover what falls within the definition of an electric motorcycle. Here's that report.
The new wave of transportation is electric, and the Department of Transport is now requiring that owners of electric motorcycles obtain a motor vehicle license. But what constitutes an electric motorcycle? According to the Department of Transport, these do. According to the department, an electric motorcycle is any vehicle mechanically propelled and intended for use on roads. They also define it as any motor vehicle with less than 4 wheels, weighing less than 800 pounds. Javier Canol, a Belize City resident, has an e-bike that fits this description.
Basically, it has a button that you can push and automatically it gives you power. That power, if you just want to cruise, you can just move like a motorcycle. Most of the time I try to use it as a bicycle due to the extent of my belly, you know, try pedal it, try stay in a shape and stuff. But it's actually, in times when I'm in a hurry and stuff, I switch on the button and it works.
Today we reached out to Canol for his thoughts on the Department of Transport's latest release, but he was unavailable. He did, however, send us a message to say that he has read the release and based on his understanding of electric motorcycles, his e-bike does not fall into that category. Notwithstanding Canol's objection, the department's release reminds him and others of what is classified as electric motorcycles. Additionally, to operate such vehicles on any public road without the proper license, registration, and protective gears is a prosecutable offense. We reached out to Diane Vasquez, the Chief Transport Officer, for comments. Up to news time, she has not responded to our request. But perhaps a broader conversation can be had about an electric motorcycle's cubic capacity, or CC. This refers to the power of a petroleum-fueled motorcycle's engine and its maximum speed. Whereas motorcycles generally range from 3 to 220 horsepower or 50 to 1500 cc, a 250 watt bike like Canol's packs a punch of just 1/3 of a horsepower or 4 cc. Canol's electric bike is significantly less powerful than a standard 50 cc scooter. But the Department of Transport warns that the misuse of electric motorcycles can result in serious injuries or damages to property. The department also reminds importers selling these products that they are required to obtain a dealer's general license. In Belize City, we reached out to 2 dealers. One declined to comment and only told us that the company will comply with the government's requirements. The second informed us that they have removed electric motorcycles and bikes from their inventory because of poor sales. Additionally, of the 2 companies on the island of San Pedro that rents electric bicycles to visitors, one of those companies informed us that the entire fleet is licensed and registered and that the license fees add approximately $600 to their annual fees. We were unable to reach the second rental business. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
There has been a lot of buzz around Belize City Council's plans to introduce electric buses to the city's public transport system. The project is entitled Towards Low Carbon Transport, Piloting E-Mobility Within Belize's Public Transport System, and it is being funded by the European Union. The EU is investing just over $5 million into this project to set the course for future investments in the e-mobility sector in Belize. On Saturday, when we asked the ambassador of Belgium about the EU's push for more energy-efficient vehicles in Belize, he told us that it is more than just a one-off investment.
Of course, the goal is to generalize this for the whole country of Belize, but you have to start somewhere. So we start with 5 buses. It's always a start to everything, but we hope that will trigger the whole thing, and that we will continue to stand by Belize and to be a partner of Belize. And today is in some areas it's just a start. In other areas we are already busy for many years in the health area and so on. But that's I think something that shows that Belize and the European Union are really good friends and good partners.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.